Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about unfortunate love. A snake bites Rishi after he break up with Lakshmi, all because Malishka asked him to break up with Lakshmi. And the Mumu Rishi also removed the ring, the necklace and everything that tied him and Lakshmi together. And from there, the snake just came pooch and bite him. Anyways, let's continue from there. The ambulance is taking Rishi to the hospital after the snake bite. There was heavy traffic ahead, so the ambulance couldn't go further. The driver tells Ayush that this is the problem of this city. There is always traffic. Lakshmi gets down from the ambulance and asks people to give them way and take their vehicles on the other side. She goes to people fighting after the accident and asks the guy to move his car. Ayush also says that his brother is critical, but the guy refuses. Lakshmi talks to the guy's wife and asks her to make her husband understand, but the lady doesn't listen and says she is hurt too and their car got damaged too. She closes the car door. Lakshmi goes to the truck and asks the guy to move his truck, but the driver asks Lakshmi how would he move the truck when there is no space. Lakshmi tells the truck driver that she would ask the back vehicles to take them back. She begged all the tricycle drivers to take their tricycles and their vehicles back so that the truck could pass. Malishka thinks of her mother's words that what happened to Rishi doesn't happen to him due to his bad luck, but it happened because of that snake. Malishka is about to hit another car with her car and she shouts at the driver, so the driver let her go. Lakshmi comes back to Rishi and asks him to open his eyes. She says there was traffic and everything is cleared now. We will go to the hospital. Rishi opens his eyes and looks at Lakshmi. Lakshmi shows Rishi his engagement ring that she found in the garden and she says maybe it fell in the garden mistakenly. She makes Rishi wear the ring again. Rishi looks at Lakshmi. A song plays in the background. Rishi closes his eyes again. Lakshmi asks Rishi to open his eyes and she tries to make him come to his senses. She then recalls the doctor's words that they don't have even 30 minutes. She asks Rishi to get up and says nothing would happen to you. She cries and says I will fight with Matarani and Kavarani because I fasted for you with all my devotions for your long life. Lakshmi tells Rishi that if God still wants to take someone's life, then it should take me and not you. She calls Ayush and asks him to hurry up. Rishi spits white froth from his mouth and then turns blue. Lakshmi cries and gets shocked. She thinks of the doctor's words that only an expert can suck out the poison. Virendra and Neelam are on their way to the hospital and they got stuck in the traffic. Neelam says the ambulance is also stopped. Virendra says this is the right way. There is no traffic here always. Neelam says our son is fighting for his life. Virendra says Lakshmi is with him. Neelam cried and asked that what did her son did that he is fighting with death. She says why did bad luck come into his destiny and says I cannot see him suffering. Virendra asks Neelam to relax and keep her head on his shoulder. She asks, what are you doing? Our relationship is not of such. She gets down to see Rishi in the ambulance. Virendra tells himself that nothing would happen to Rishi. Ayush tells Lakshmi that the traffic is cleared. He opens the door and sees Lakshmi sucking out the poison from Rishi. He tried to stop Lakshmi and says the doctor said that only an expert can do this. Lakshmi says the foam is coming out from Rishi's mouth and his face has turned blue, so she will suck out the poison to save his life. Ayush tells Lakshmi that you can lose your life if you suck out the poison, so don't do it. Lakshmi says there is no time, and she tells Ayush that if you regard me as Rishi's wife, then you will not say anything. She says my promise was truthful. Anything can happen to me, but nothing should happen to Rishi. Lakshmi sucks the poison from Rishi's body and she spits. Ayush closes the ambulance door and asks the driver to drive fast. Neelam comes to the car seeing the ambulance leaving. She asks the driver to drive behind the ambulance. Ayush holds the dustbin. Lakshmi sucks the poison and spits into the dustbin. She started turning blue, but she continues to suck the poison from Rishi's hand. The ambulance is on the way to the hospital. Lakshmi calls Rishi. Ayush asks Lakshmi to talk to him, but Lakshmi couldn't talk. Lakshmi sucks the poison and spits the poison again and she faints. Ayush gets worried for Lakshmi and says, I asked you not to do this, and he asks her to open her eyes. Rishi regains consciousness and becomes fine. He asks what happened to Lakshmi. Ayush asks Rishi if he is fine and says Lakshmi has taken out the poison from your body with her own mouth. Ayush tells Rishi that the doctor had said that only an expert can do it, but Lakshmi did this to save you. He asks Lakshmi to open her eyes and see Rishi. Rishi is about to get up Ayush asks Rishi to rest and make Lakshmi lie down there. Rishi looks at the ring in his hand and then looks at Lakshmi. He recalls Lakshmi saving him from the hotel's fire accident, from Balvinder's attack, and a song plays in the background. Then he recalls Lakshmi fighting with the crocodile to save him. Malishka is driving her car so fast and she hit a cat and the seller. The seller gets up and threatens to call the police. Malishka refuses to give the man money. The lady says everyone saw that he has a big loss. Malishka says her family member is in the hospital and she gives the man money. The man asks for more money and Malishka gives him more money. The guy asks Malishka to drive her car carefully and not to kill anyone. Malishka says I would have sent him to jail if Rishi was not in the hospital. The ambulance comes to the hospital. Rishi gets down and says we need to take Lakshmi inside. Ayush says I will take her inside. They try to bring out the stretcher but the stretcher gets stuck. Rishi says he will go inside and bring another stretcher. Ayush says I will go. Rishi insists to go and he goes inside. Neelam and Virendra comes there. Neelam asks that where is Rishi and Virendra asks that what happened to Lakshmi. Ayush tells Virendra that Lakshmi did not listen to me. Our ambulance was stuck in the traffic, so Lakshmi sucked all the poison from Rishi's body. Ayush says Lakshmi did not care for her life. He says Rishi has gone to get the stretcher. Rishi comes inside the hospital and asks them to give him a stretcher. The nurse says all the stretchers are being used. There was a big accident. Rishi pleaded in front of the nurse to help him because his wife is unconscious. Ayush comes there. Rishi asks that who is in charge of the hospital. Neelam goes inside the hospital. Malishka comes to the hospital and she runs inside. Virendra is with Lakshmi and he rubs her hand and asks that why did you do this? You risk your life to save our son. Neelam and Malishka comes inside and they see Rishi arguing with the nurse, telling them that his wife is unconscious and he doesn't have time. Rishi tells Ayush that they need to bring Lakshmi inside and they should get her treatment started immediately. Rishi runs outside and he goes to Lakshmi without even looking at Malishka. Malishka looks on in shock. Neelam goes behind Rishi. Rishi and Ayush runs outside to Lakshmi. Rishi lifted Lakshmi and takes her inside the hospital. Malishka looks on. The doctor says that Rishi is fine and Lakshmi is in his arms unconscious. The doctor says but the snake had bitten Rishi, but now he is fine. Rishi says yes, I am fine, but Lakshmi sucked out all the poison from my body. The doctor is shocked to hear that Lakshmi sucked out the poison from Rishi's body and says we need to do a treatment immediately. The doctor asks if Rishi is fine. Rishi says I am fine due to Lakshmi, but now I can take care of Lakshmi. The nurse asks Rishi to do the formalities and sign the necessary document before they start Lakshmi's treatment. Rishi says I will sign the papers later. First, start my wife's treatment. Save her first. The doctor asks the nurse to see the situation and he asks Rishi to come with Lakshmi. Grandma and Karishma comes to the hospital. Grandma asks Malishka that where is Rishi. Malishka says Rishi is fine. Karishma asks that what happened Malishka. Mother told me that snake has bitten Rishi, but Rishi is fine and he is holding Lakshmi in his arms. Malishka says Rishi did not even look at me even for once. Rishi asks the doctor if Lakshmi will be fine. The doctor says Lakshmi will be saved if she has not swallowed the poison and says this poison was very dangerous. Rishi and others goes out of the ward as Lakshmi's treatment started. Karishma asks Rishi that what was he doing in the garden. She asks if he had a fight with Lakshmi. Rishi says no. In fact, Lakshmi asked me to come inside, but I did not listen to her. Rishi regrets. The doctor comes there and says the poison has gone inside Lakshmi's body. I gave her an injection and I have started the treatment too. The doctor asks Virendra how he could let Lakshmi suck the poison from Rishi's body when he had already told them that only an expert can do this. Virendra says we are sorry and he asks him to tell him if Lakshmi will be fine. The doctor says I am sorry, I cannot tell you anything now. The doctor tells them that we should wait for 30 minutes, only then I can say how the poison has affected Lakshmi. Grandma cries and asks Virendra to save Lakshmi. Rishi looks at Malishka. Malishka also looks at Rishi with a lot of anger, thinking that Rishi cared for Lakshmi more than her. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.